Hello and welcome to the video lecture of the subject Fundamentals of Agriculture Extension Education. Actually, this subject is about what agriculture extension means, what are the basic steps that are followed in agriculture extension education, how do we educate people through extension, and how where this extension is going to be working among the people, who are the people, what are the audience, what are their needs, what are the basic needs, what are their temporary needs, what are their secondary needs. We have to talk all about this. So when we are talking about this subject, we have to keep in mind like whatever we are studying, we have to apply this concept to the practical world. So the first topic that we are going to understand in this is about the education. So what does the education here plays a role? Actually, as the subject is said, fundamentals of. Fundamentals means the basics or the foundations of some particular area or particular subject. Agriculture extension here is means the agriculture that is whatever the basic fundamentals extension things we are going to apply in agriculture extension and education. Here are the third component that is comprises of this subject is education. Education actually is about educating people how to modernize themselves and how to adopt the new technologies that are given to the farmers, especially in the field of agriculture, because as we know that now also 80% of our population depends on agriculture. In many states, our agriculture is growing, but in some states, still there are so many villages inside the states which are lacking behind. So, this subject is going to enlighten them about what is agriculture extension and how this extension is going to educate people. The first topic that we are going to discuss is about education, its meaning, definitions, and their types. So, as a basic, we can understand like in roughly we can say that education is about making people understand how to write, read, write, and do their work. But really, what does education mean in extension? It's about bringing the desirable change that a person need to change its knowledge. Knowledge in the sense is whatever they know and how whatever the technology that are taught to us and how we are going to modify their knowledge according to our knowledge. It's not vice versa. It is a top-down model that we are following here. Like if the farmers know how to sow the seeds, or the farmer knows how to use some machineries, but still the way that is using they are using the things, maybe it may be wrong. But as being educated people like we, as extension worker, we go on tell like acknowledge them about what is the actual uh, things that to be taught to them. Okay, sowing is a very common process that every farmer does. So how we will modify their knowledge of sowing with our own knowledge? Like we will introduce them the modern ways of sowing seeds, the how to prepare the seeds, how to get more yield, how much area it should be sown, so that they can get benefit out of it. Then the second part is about attitude, things felt. Okay, whatever they feel like I should adopt this or not. So we have to put some effort to tell them like if you are adopting this thing, you are going to get this benefit. If you are not adopting this thing, maybe you will lag behind this thing. So these two factors are very much important for them. And the third one is skills, things done. Okay, whatever we are teaching them, they are going to make them aware of the whatever the knowledge they are having. They will improve it. Skills are the uh, things that we already know and we master them, like it is like a talent. So now we have to increase that thing and put that into human behavior. Okay, so all these three factors has to come inside the human, then only we can say that the person is educated. Okay, so we can. The second thing is why we are going to study about the education. Actually, education is the integral part of the extension. The basic concept of extension is that it is education. So whatever the basic we are going to perform in agriculture extension, the basis of all that thing is education, which comprises of three factors, that is knowledge, attitude, and skill. And whatever the extension, like now what how now we will see how the education extension are correlated. Like extension means that type of education which is stretched out to the people in the rural area. So we are seeing that extension education, the word education here implies that it is the changing the desirable um, attitude of the people in the rural area, which doesn't comprises of any structural or written rules, but we are educating some people in the rural areas beyond the limits of the educational institute that we have. I have already told, like we don't need to have a proper rules and regulation, a proper structure where we have to go 9 to 5 and do the studies. It's a type of a practical way of making people understand, like whatever the knowledge they know, how we can increase them and that would be beneficial to them. And it is very different from what a formal type of education is. So here we can say that all the factor mainly depends on their particular way of understanding per day, like daily experience thing. Okay, so now we move on to the parts, second part, that is the type of education. So we have already learned what does education does to our life and how it is correlated with agriculture extension. Now we will understand about how it, what are the types of education. The first one is informal education. So informal education, so it is a lifelong process. Means informal education is we are understanding everything by doing the things daily. When daily experience are like making us educated. Like when we are talking to the farmers. Okay, as per we have studied in like farmers are, what connotation we have, like farmers are uneducated, they don't know about the things, and they are less educated about the techniques that are introduced to according to the agriculture processing or agriculture engineering equipment. They are unaware of that. But when we practically go to the field, we see that they are not actually what we have studied in the books or what we know before. So many things are there that we learned while uh, doing things with them. Like some of the farmers, they work in the field, they are working in the field in the heavy summer, heavy winter. How they survive in the open area? So they will have some techniques to fight with them. Another things, if there is some pest attack, what are the traditional methods they are using? So we know that they are using some of the methods to prevent lightning, but still we need to have some uh, like knowledge to make them understand like how this is going to be more modified. So we need, as an extension worker, we need to educate people according to their experience and our experience, and that will be good for them. Okay. Then the second one is non-formal education. Okay, so in this, it is this framework is taken out uh, with some people, like we arrange some campaign or something. We arrange some like adult education, like doing some campaign related to AIDS, doing some campaign related to the help of the woman in water conservation, or help of the woman in like making themselves empowered and all, making small cottage industries and all. So this is the way we which comes under non-formal education. Then the third one is formal education. It is the institutionalized thing. Institution means this. It is there is a proper institute which have a particular building which is going to help the people with a particular curriculum. There are syllabus, there are some authorized, there are some certifications, and doing that you will get some certificate that validates that you are educated in particular field and particular things. So there is a grade hierarchy, means if you are A grade you are the excellent, B grade means you are uh, very good, C means good, and D means fair, means you need to more study more acquire more knowledge. Then this type of formal education system starts from the basic, that is our primary schools, and it reaches till education of the university. So these are the types of extension uh, education. So I hope that you have understood what is the function and how the education is correlated with extension. So in the next lecture, we will talk about how this, what is extension, and how this extension is going to help for the future scopes that they are having, and how this is going to enhance the persons as an extension worker or enhance the people of the rural areas. Thank you.